Hello, Century 21 Homestar agents. This is your broker, Tony Geraci, and today is Tuesday, August 13th, and this is video one of the changes that are coming or that just started yesterday with the NRA settlement. And this is, again, video one of many videos I'm going to do over the next day or two to get you updated on the things that are changing, our new forms and objection handling and all great stuff. So number one in this video, just want to take a few moments to let you know that I am excited about these changes. These changes are good. I know change is never fun, and I have a lot of agents out there that are concerned. Some are very excited after I talk to them and understand the basis for why we needed to make these changes and why they're going to help their business in the long run and help everybody. And I wanted to go over that with you before I go into specifics. So the videos that I'm going to be doing, just so you know, thank you for watching this. The first one is I'm going to be doing objection handling videos. I'm going to be doing buyer presentation videos of the or the forms. We have two buyer broker forms. I'm going to go over the listing agreement in another video. I'm going to be going over the non-represented buyer and seller agreements, and the last one is the buyer's agent compensation addendum. So there's several different forms coming up. I'm going to have different small videos, but most importantly, always feel free to make an appointment with me. You can go to my website or my calendar website, which is tonytalk.net, tonytalk.net, and put in what you wanted to discuss. And we'll go over this because this is ongoing. So, number one, in video number one, this is ongoing. Different agents, different companies are going to look at this different. They're going to submit offers differently on your listings. It's going to be your listings. You're going to get different buyers agency forms and purchase agreements. And it'll be a little confusing, but we will help you and hold your hand and be with you every step of the way forever, because this is a long-term process, because you don't have the same buyers, the same sellers, same agents, the same situations every time. So it's going to be a little different each time. And that's why I think a lot of agents are nervous, because this is the first major change that they've had. And not to talk about how long I've been in the real estate business, since, we were using papyrus and fountain pens with feathers on them, and dinosaurs roamed the earth 31 years ago. But we've been through so many changes. But I feel that a lot of agents all over, I think half or more than half of the realtors haven't been in business more than 10 or 15 years. The average age of the agent is still always been in their mid to late 50s, and I'm 54 years old, just to let you know. So got in real estate right after college. But so now I'm like the average. A lot of agents don't know that there's many, many agents that have been in the business longer than I have. But the agents that seem to be doing the most talking and social media and talking to everybody else might be the agents that haven't been around that long. And I'm sorry, with 30 years, if you haven't been in the business more than 10 years, you really don't know change. You don't even know a different market. So no ruffling of any feathers. There's some great, successful agents out there. But if you haven't been in the business 20 years or more, you haven't been through major market changes, major different things. Because say we'll just round up 2005 till today, like almost 20 years. A lot has changed: buyer markets, seller markets, crashes of economies, and foreclosures and short sales and all of that. Most agents today just really know the last 10 years of a high seller's market and fighting for those buyers, and are worried about these changes. So a few more minutes of your time, I want to explain to you why I love these changes. Number one, since the beginning of real estate, when I got into it when I was 23 years old, is that I always hated, like, why does a seller sign a listing agreement And a buyer, it was required. They have to. You can't list their house without it. Why can't I get a buyer to sign one? And the number one thing my manager told me back then when I said, why aren't buyers required? They go, I don't know. They're not required. You should get one. But then when I get them to sign one, they're just going to go, well, I'm just going to go to someone else that's not signing one. Now we're all on the same page. But just like listings, someone could take a listing for a day. Someone could take a listing for $1. Someone, that doesn't matter, but we all have to be on the same page. And that's step one. Will it take some time for everybody to get used to? Yes. But that's the best thing that I've ever heard is that we can't market a property until we sign a listing agreement. And we can't show property or talk to a buyer and really give them a lot of information until they commit to us. That's the best thing that I've ever heard in a long, long time. But I know there's agents that are scared. Don't worry. They're going to get used to it. The buyers are going to be out there. They're going to be fine. But I will tell you this, where the agents that won't have any problem and the agents that will have a problem with this. Just like listings, there's agents that really have a problem getting listings, and there's agents that don't. The ones that get listings are the ones that could articulate their value, have a great presentation and show them what they're going to do for the seller, and they get a good value for their money and they could tell a seller everything that they're going to do to help them get the highest and best price and market their home. That's the same thing you got to do for a buyer, and they will commit to you. So in these videos, I don't want to go too much in this one because my next video, number 2, objection handling with buyers, is to make you feel comfortable as an agent that their buyers are going to be fine. There's things that the buyers, I'll give you a little teaser. Buyers do not have to pay their buyer's agent, and you could still get paid. That's it. So many agents still think the buyers are not going to sign a buyer agreement because they are not going to pay. They want to pay me. I promise you in my next video, I will show you the objection handling and how you work with the buyer to make sure they never have to pay you out of pocket, that the seller will pay or someone else will pay. It doesn't have to be that way. But also, so that's great there too. The second great thing about this change I always disliked about real estate is that when you were a buyer's agent, you always relied on the listing agent and the seller to make a decision of what your worth is before they even know you. How is the listing agent and the seller coming up with a value of what to pay you as a buyer's agent when you bring a buyer when they don't know the value you gave that buyer and are going to give that buyer and how long it took you between the time you started with that buyer to the time that they close on the listing, that what you could charge and only earn. I thought that was not the smartest way because you all know, working with buyers, there's buyers that you spend a year with and hundreds of homes and dozens of offers that didn't get accepted at other homes and to get them there. And you're saying you're the same value as an agent that took a phone call because they got a lead off of a website, showed the house in one day, don't even know the people's last names, didn't spend more than 20 minutes on the phone with them, just made an appointment and showed them a house, and they get paid the same amount of money you do. That's not fair. That's not fair. But the great thing about these changes, it's all negotiable. So now I'd like to say that the industry, and I'll say this as lightly as possible, they have opened the market. There's no ceiling and there's no floor. You as an agent now, when you meet with your buyer for the first time, you decide with your buyer how much you're going to get paid and who's going to pay you. There's really, within reason, no limit. No limit. If it's a really, really low end, low purchase price property, You could be a very, very, very high percentage because it's low and you want to get paid this. I mean, for your time and effort. And then for very, very, very extremely high, expensive uh, sales or listings or buyers looking for very, very expensive homes. And there's a very limited one, and they say they have to find one and buy one within a few days or weeks, and there's very limited amount of ones to see and negotiate with. Your percentage could be very, very low, but still makes a good amount of money. You get to decide. You don't have to wait. That's what I'm trying. The waiting's over. You don't have to wait. Like, I hope I show them a house that's going to pay. You don't have to do that anymore. We have that. And I promise you, with all the decades of experience, the one thing that's not going to change in percentage numbers, the sellers are still going to compensate. It's just how we negotiate that. Buyers are not going to mysteriously pay out of pocket. They're not going to. It's just not going to happen. Because it can be negotiated. It's just how we ask. And lastly, I will move on before I get into my other videos, is that the one false thing that some agents, buyers, sellers, the media, thinking that we as an industry, for some reason, the commission amounts are going to go down. That's not the case at all. We, in any of this, never agreed to lower commissions or raise commissions. But I will let you know 100% that I already know agents, I know companies, I know offices are automatically raising their prices. It's just because now it's open. They go, wow, we don't have to rely on getting this from the seller. So when we're buyers, we're gonna this, and it's can be higher than what they used to be because they know they're well worth it. And I have other agents and companies that go, well, we're going to lower our companies and try to get more volume and try to get more listings or more buyers, and we're going to lower it. There's companies, whole companies already marketing credits to buyers. Hey, if you use us to buy your house, we're going to credit you this much if you use our other services or list your house with us. And now everything's negotiable. That's the best part about this, is everything's negotiable. But I promise you, if you are a strong agent and understand your value in the things you do for a buyer and the things you do for a seller, you'll get the listings and get it at a good compensation for you of what you want to charge. And you're going to get the buyers, get them under an agreement, and help them understand the value you give to them as a buyer and why they should be under an agreement with you there. But this is all one-on-one conversation, because every agent that I've talked to, and I talked to hundreds of you, and I will talk to hundreds more as this goes on, is that you have different concerns and thoughts and ideas, and I'm going to customize the conversation to you. So always get on my calendar, tonytalk.net. Doesn't matter now, the future, a week from now, 2 months from now, 3 years from now. It's always going to be ongoing conversation, because there's different scenarios. Every buyer is different. Every seller is different. Every negotiation is different. Every other listing agent, if you're a buyer's agent, and buyer's agent, if you're the listing agent, everybody's different on how they negotiate and handle circumstances. And I'm going to be with you every step of the way if you need me. I'll leave you alone if you want to be left alone, and I'm there with you when you need me. So that's it for this introductory video. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos or get on my calendar. So have a great day and hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.